Good morning. It's Fish the Beach Bum Investor, technical idiot, and crypto enthusiast. Here for your crypto discussion and report for the 13th, lucky for some, 13th of January 2018. Welcome to D.
Hello.
Back for another crypto discussion. I'm sorry about the take two, guys. I'm not sure why my camera wasn't on in the first place, but it wasn't, but I'm back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. The take two. Chikai's got 5150 time. I still don't know what that means. Baby junkie. Warlord, to be first, you were first in the first stream. So second in this one. BB. Zhao, the last video, legend. Yeah, man. Oh, technical idiot, right? No, what can you do? Not to worry. Confidence has returned, guys, after the FUD from yesterday. Obviously, the the reassurance that I gave the market has been the sole effect of that, I would say.
I have no doubt at all.
Yeah, so it's good. Day for it. Grateful. Great video today, LMAO. I don't know whether you're talking about my top 5 coins under $1 video, which was a bit cheeky. I had to clickbait, right? Have to get people. I figured that was the best way to get people informed.
Yes.
That coin price doesn't matter. Maybe we should hashtag this. Can you do that?
Yes, you can.
There you go, new hashtag. Yeah, Jia liked the under video. Yeah, it was cheeky. Jia liked the under $1 video. Yeah, it's a bit go away, backyard Charizard's come straight in and gone, any tips under $1? Yeah, very playful, very well done. No, it's just important to get it out there.
Nicely done, Bobek.
Yeah, Bobek's got the hashtag going. So I think it's important that we get onto CoinMarketCap, guys, because they are a really trusted source of information in the crypto economy. Yeah. And what I find to be an excellent source of information, to be honest, like the links to the websites and
fantastic.
Different statistics that you can take into account, trade volumes, things that actually matter.
Like the soft cap and the hard cap that you often talk about.
Yeah, well, no, the soft cap and the hard cap's more to do with ICO investing.
Okay.
What I think you're talking about is circulating supplies.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, and market caps. Okay. They're the relevant aspects that we're looking at, not necessarily coin price. So yeah, I think that's something we've got to do is maybe just write a polite few emails as a group to coinmarketcap.com and say, hey, listen, since you are such a trusted source of information in the economy, how about being responsible with the search parameters you're allowing people to search with, because coin prices are relevant. And I think that would be good. It helps I think that would actually help, if I'm a newbie and I'm looking at that, I figure that that's a search parameter because it's relevant, right?
Yes, I would think so.
And it's not. I'm going to say that. You got it, Anton. Good to see you. Tim, yeah, still under $1. Singularity. Go away, Tim. Oh, Tim, I think we're going over to Stratty tomorrow if you came, by the way. Looks like the swell's coming in. Cryptoeconomy said, I think there was a few people. Cryptoeconomy said, I was sitting in the other stream that ended. Yeah, well, that's not your fault, man. I just got serious lack of tech skills. It came up with just my voice, no video. That's fair enough if it's just me, but when I've got D in, you guys probably appreciate the video as well as the audio. Anton Redica said, what do you think about 10x and commit cross-chain? I hadn't heard about the news with 10x. It's not been something that I've been keeping a close eye on. I did hear there were some concerns with 10x and Visa, but that was only anecdotal evidence. I hadn't actually read any reports on it.
I can't have an informed discussion. The 10x isn't one that I've really paid a lot of attention to.
You've watched a few videos with Julian. I love the videos. Yeah, he's a positive guy. Yeah, I haven't kept up on the latest news on that. I will have to do some research to get to a comment back to you on that, by the way. Hey, guys, I found a new YouTuber I really like. I found him yesterday. He's good, isn't he?
Yeah. Polk.
What's his name? Doug Polk or something?
I think it was Doug Polk.
Doug Polk. I've subscribed to him, guys. So if you're interested in he presents his videos really, really well. They're funny and they're really informative. I only found him yesterday and I just gave him just wanted to give him a shout out because it's important to get onto those YouTubers who are giving good info. And from the videos I've watched, Doug Polk, sorry, Doug, is definitely one of them. He's got a bunch of subscribers, but you guys know me. there could be a person with 1 million subscribers and I wouldn't know who they were because I'm not really good at social media. But yeah, this guy's good, worth a watch for sure. I liked him.
Very interactive and dynamic.
Yeah, for sure.
And very sort of solid in his knowledge base and ability to critique.
Definitely.
Yes, I agree, Cryptochronicus.
What did he say?
Give straight viewpoints, no BS.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's good. I like him. Have a look at him. Rent your plants. Sorting by coin price is like sorting by alphabetical. I was going to make the joke. Rent your plants said sorting by coin price is like sorting by alphabetical order. I was actually going to suggest that we get that search parameter in coin market cap changed with alphabetical order to show the uselessness of that search parameter in the first place. Like, honestly, it is more effective to search by alphabetical order because then you can find a coin that you might not know how to spell properly. That's a stupid search parameter as well. Let's put it that way. But it's no more stupid than per coin price, which is ridiculous. It's misleading.
Well, I'd have to say for me, I'd almost go alphabetical order over.
Yeah, but you can just type into the search. You can just type the name of the coin. So what do you need to put it into alphabetical for? Oh, you leave the country on the 19th and he wants his tattoo. Cryptochronicus, I'll be catching up on Discord chat today. I've just been really, really busy. I had to get a proposal off I promised a proposal to, it's a bit of news in the surfing PIVX world, so I can't really tell you who the potential partnership is with, but until it's all signed, sealed and delivered, but I had to have that proposal off. I promised that person that I'd have the proposal to them by yesterday, and I got it off at about 11 o'clock at night, so that counts before midnight. But the point is I've been super busy, so I haven't been able to keep up with the Discord chat, guys, but I'll be back over there today. I'll be back into, I had a few days of trying those transfers out of the Neo wallet, and I had some success, but I still got a lot to go. So I'll be getting back onto that today as well as the key KYCs.
Yeah.
They came through, they came through for, well, they announced the date that they're going to be doing the public sale.
Yes. And
you need to be ready to go with that, simple as that. If you've been approved, I haven't, unfortunately. I haven't received any approval yet. Nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, there is a hard cap that's quite small on that as well. Probably shouldn't have mentioned the name of it. I just slipped there. I'm sorry about that. Anton Redekar, he said on his live events in Germany, Austria, he soon get their own banking license and they can issue cards by their own without Visa. Ooh. That's awesome. Yeah. Obviously, Anton's referring to 10x there, man. I've held that for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Not long. I held it from $1.50. I pretty much picked the dead bottom of the market on that. I was very, very happy with myself.
Yes, you would be.
Extremely happy with myself. Yeah, so I've had good gains on that. I think Julian's a really positive guy. And I also, one of the things I've often said that I like about 10x is they're thinking about it in a logical order for me. It's not about getting the coin out there in this craze of people buying anything. He's really thinking about in the correct order for mine. So where can we get it spent? How do we get it accepted in the real world? How do we get banking license? And then we worry about how 10x gets in the hand of every person in the world. Do you know what I mean? But it seems like a really good, at least a good balance that he's putting a lot of thought into the end game, which is spending the crypto.
How do you functionally use cryptocurrency
in day-to-day life?
Yes,
exactly.
Practical application of it.
So yeah, I like it. I think it's good. Oh, okay, fair enough. BB Junkie said, search by coin price, help me find Sia coin, made a killing on that one. Yeah, and you could have made a killing on a lot of them. But I do have to ask why you're doing the search in the first place, unless you're doing it completely informed, knowing that it's a market bias at the moment, that it's a psychological effect on the market at the moment, and you're using that to take advantage of it. But realistically, I've always said I think the market, like evolving mass psychology, right?
Yeah.
So the same way that cars used to be priced at 19,990 and then they had to bring them down to 18,990 to keep tricking the masses. The people evolve. The mass psychology evolves, and people won't fall for it's cheap per coin for very long.
No, not necessarily. I mean, I'm curious about what brings people into cryptocurrency, and we're seeing a lot of momentum and we're seeing a lot more publicity in sort of more mainstream media. So with the fact that people are profiting from cryptocurrencies and it's becoming more widespread in terms of the main media, I'm curious as to whether that is bringing more people in who are looking at it as a way to financially and economically gain.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure it's more greed-based now and financial gain-based than it is actually understanding the potential of the technology. I don't claim to be an expert, but I certainly have researched enough to keep myself better informed than the average person in the street. I'll say that much. So, yeah, I think, I don't know, I think it's going to end. And I think a lot of people who bought coins because they were too cheap haven't looked at the actual value of the project, and that's going to hurt. So I would advise against, like, you can try and continue to take advantage of this trend if you like, but it might A, be a little bit late for it, and B, you don't want to be the one left holding a bag of stuff you didn't want just because you were trying to play the game like the rest of the people. Why be a sheep? Be a leader. Position yourself early for the market to turn around.
And be familiar with the projects that you're investing in.
Yeah, exactly.
What they're proposing.
Maybe even look at the other end of the scale. Like the absolute, take a real contrarian view on this and search for the highest per coin price and look for undervalued projects simply because the coin price seems expensive.
I recently had a look at the percentage gains of certain coins to be curious about, what was moving. And that was how I came across Wax.
I don't think it's a bad idea to look at percentage gains, because when something's moving, sometimes there is a valid reason for it. And it's a good point you make about Wax, because I'm favouring these investments at the moment that do show a real world income. That's why I like the exchange coins. I did that. Oh, guys, I just want to make a quick editorial on KuCoin shares on that formula I did. I have put this in the description, but unfortunately YouTube no longer allows you to put a disclaimer at the front of your video, so I don't know why they've done that, but I did make a mistake in that calculation. It is heavily, I can't actually find, not in the white paper and not on the website where it mentions this, but there's enough people telling me that the reward system on KuCoin shares does actually reduce to a 15% payout to KuCoin shares holder, KCS holders. Over a period of time, depending on the use of the site and the profitability of the site. Now, that's a significant drop of roughly 3 times, right?
Yes.
So that means that the volumes of the site are going to have to increase by 3x to keep that formula of what your returns can be expected as relevant once it reduces to that 15% payout. So I think that's a no-brainer. KuCoin's a really good platform, I think, to use.
Oh, it's gaining momentum.
It's gaining momentum. It's got Carter Thomas. What's his show? Coin Mastery. Coin Mastery is sitting there with almost 100,000 subscribers saying how good it is. So, there's going to be people using it just based off of that recommendation. And there's a few more YouTubers who with large user bases and influencers. So I think that the value of those KCS coins can hold and even go up simply because I actually anticipate the volumes to increase by a rate of more than 3-fold.
Well, we've already seen like KCS coins sort of increase in value within the past week or two.
It's more about what that value is directly tied to is the volume running through the exchange, because that directly ties to the value of KCS shares.
Yeah.
Oh, KCS, KuCoin shares, KuCoin shares.
Yeah.
So it's all, if you can keep a track of the trade volumes going through KuCoin, sorry, the exchange, and you see a really good trend. And I got to tell you guys, like the referral not referral bonuses, the number of people who have referred through my link, which is in the description of this video.
Well done.
There's a lot, and it seems to be a more rapid rate of adoption than Binance, and Binance quickly went to the #1 exchange in the economy. Now, if KuCoin shares can do even a quarter of that volume, that would be a significant increase from their current volumes to the point where they would be turning over $1.5 billion a day in trading. And that is roughly 5 times what they're doing now. That would just be if they captured a quarter of the market that Binance has been able to, in a growing overall market, too. More people coming into the crypto economy.
Yeah, that's huge.
Sure, more exchanges, so a little bit more dilution there, but I think the number of people coming in is outweighing the addition of exchanges at the moment. And we're seeing that through the stress that the exchanges have been put under in accepting new people.
Yes.
You heard people are auctioning off their Bittrex accounts.
No, I hadn't
on
heard
YouTube,
that.
on eBay.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can auction off your Bittrex account on eBay.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.
So there you go.
Far out.
Oh, that's so cool. Crypto Chronicus. I'm going to get back to live chat, but I just wanted to read this comment out. I'm leaving PIVX and Bitcoin in scavenger hunt doing Cancun this month.
That's cool.
That's so sick, man. I thought about doing the same sort of thing. PIVX scavenger hunt on the Gold Coast, and I was going to get a wallet and put it all on USB with a bit of PIV on there. And, you know, I might put 10 PIV on there, so it's $130 or whatever it is. By the way, PIVX price doing outstandingly well.
Yay.
Yes, yay. But yeah, I was going to leave that out there, and then, you know, hopefully as the price of PIVX increases, as more people find out about the technology and community, that little thing that I've stored out in fishy secret hiding spot is going to be, you know, imagine if someone had done that with 10 Bitcoin back in the day when it was $10 a coin,
You'd be super
and that
excited.
10 Bitcoin was still out there. There'd be people hunting everywhere for it. So I think that's a really cool idea. I'm keen to get in on that with you, Crypto Chronicus. Maybe, man, we've both got YouTube channels. We're both PIVX fans. Maybe we can look at doing like we could start an international PIVX hunt, right? You got Cancun, I got like Gold Coast covered. We can send out a bit of PIV to Crypto Wave Investment Crew guys who I know right around the world. Jack can do Portugal.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's a good idea, right?
Yeah, it could be a lot of fun.
You guys keen for that? I'm pretty keen. Oh, speaking of PIVX, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to cover balances. Oh, this is really hard to do. Oh, it's a staking bonus. I got a staking reward last night. Yes, 2 PIVX straight into the account. So really, really stoked with that. And Tagnio's in Brazil. That's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I'll send you some PIV.
Yeah.
We can put a couple of PIV out in Brazil. That'd be sweet. Have you got a PIVX wallet and Tagnio? I can't remember. I got North, Central, and South America covered. Crypto Chronicus, I'm real keen, man. I'll send you some PIV. Let's do it. We can start a thing on Twitter, like giving clues to where it's found and stuff. That'd be cool. Let's start a, like, I don't know, PIVX scavenger hunt Twitter account, and we give clues out each day for each, like, different countries.
As to where they can go.
As to where they can go. I reckon that's a cool idea. Well, you best get one downloaded, Tagnio. It doesn't have a PIVX wallet yet. How am I supposed to send you PIVX?
Yes.
All opinions are welcome here. Mine is that his ownership percentage will ultimately reflect the price. I miss what Grinkus is referring to. See, the reason that Grinkus doesn't comment a lot, and when it comes up, it's usually well thought out. And you know, he's a miner as well, so he's got some good insight. I just wish I would knew what you were. He was referring to Simon GTA's comment. Simon GTA's. Oh, they're having their own debate here. This is cool. Percentage to me, that's either being greedy or opportunistic. I can't find it. I'd love to know what that was. Okay, here we go. The start of this debate. This is a good one, guys. And Simon and Grinkus are keeping it clean, which is good. And they've got opposing sides, and I love a debate. So let's get into it. Do you think it is fair that the CEO of Ripple is now among the richest people in the world on paper? I think it's a bit immoral that one person can hold a huge percentage of the coins. Simon GTA, it rubs up the majority of the crypto economy the wrong way. But a really good source of information, JR Cryptocurrency or whatever it was. I'm joking. You know that video I showed you? With those young kids from the cars.
Oh, I loved yes, the one this morning. 200,000
views on a cryptocurrency video that, honestly, I don't know how else to I don't know how else to explain it other than ridiculously irresponsible.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the more decentralized than Bitcoin.
Yeah, so in this video, one of the guys claims that Ripple is more decentralized than Bitcoin.
Yeah,
it was very funny. And again, the Doug he did very well to bring to people's attention that may not necessarily be the case. So yeah, it's an interesting debate. It's like the institutional money and governments and that are going to favour this sort of thing because it does give them the ability to freeze accounts on the network or freeze the network entirely.
Yeah,
when you have over 51%, right? It's essentially an open 51% attack, basically. Okay, I just want to see where this debate goes. Summer GTA free market is what Grinker said. And Grinker said, Simon GTA said, yeah, that's a lame excuse. If the CEO believe in the project, why hold such a high percentage? To me, it's either being greedy or opportunistic. It's a good point. Grinkers said, all opinions are welcome here. Mine is that his ownership percentage will ultimately reflect in the price. Grinkers, it's a good debate. They both have really valid points there. So it is interesting. It is interesting. Cool. Yeah, mad gains, bruh. Seb goes, I love that JR Cars video. Like, I don't really want to bring attention to it because it's going to keep getting views and more people are going to think it's legitimate advice to be followed in the crypto economy, but it is pretty funny.
Oh, it's amusing for anyone who has a sort of a basic foundational knowledge of cryptocurrency, and yeah, I think it would be highly amusing for people with some knowledge.
And see what Jazz said there? Just going back to the Ripple debate. Ripple is like a Trojan horse in the cryptocurrency market. That's an interesting debate.
That is a very interesting
debate. An interesting analogy that is used there.
Yeah, it is. We're going back to how the Trojan was used.
Well, you think about it, it's them coming in as we're a cryptocurrency, but it's not. Like, it's not, at least in the essence of blockchain.
Well, not from my understanding. When, Doug Polk does an incognito search and basically comes up with what is the most centralized cryptocurrency, and Ripple comes up as one of the first.
Yeah. Well, not one of the first. It's the first word that hits your screen. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good point. Gary DeMilo says Ripple is a currency minus the crypto. And I think the market has reflected that recently. As more people understand, yes, it's good technology, but there are alternatives with equally good technology not looking to help give a leg up to the banking sector, and not that are not centralized in that one person can control the network and effectively hold it to ransom. That's a lot of money to have the power to freeze.
I would agree. And is
maybe
ultimately the philosophy of blockchain and what's being achieved?
Tagnio's asked me my biggest mistake in 2017. I think that's a really cool question. So a lot of people talk about their wins.
I can say what mine are.
We're going to leave it specific to crypto economy, if that's okay, Dee. This is not Dee airs her life.
Oh, no, I was going to talk about my learning.
Oh, on crypto economy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So my biggest mistake in terms of investing was basically all those mistakes roll into one experience with a project called Chaincoin, which has actually bounced up recently. Yeah. And to be fair, there is some development work going on there now. Some.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got involved unknowingly in a pump and dump with Chaincoin. I bought it at 60 cents based on a solid theory that if we all trust each other and we continue to buy it and no one sells, then the next person who gets in is going to have to pay more for it. Essentially, we buy the buy book, there's nothing left, the price just keeps going up. It's a solid theory, but it relies on trust on multiple investors. And I got into it thinking, well, we can choose any of these currencies to essentially be our store of wealth or medium for peer-to-peer transactions. So I thought, yeah, this seems like it's built around positivity, about everyone getting a chance and everyone having an equal, chance to do well. And so it felt like it was supporting ideals that I really was looking for myself to support in the real world. And then all of a sudden it turned out to one YouTuber took control of it, basically nominating himself as the face of this currency, and the price went from 60 cents to $6.80 in 48 hours.
That's remarkable.
Yeah. And so at that point, I got into the Slack group. I started giving some suggestions for the development of the business, and I was drowned out by buy walls, sell walls. That's all they were talking about. I was like, it really, really bothered me, because that's market manipulation in what I thought was the business channel for this for Chaincoin, and it turns out it wasn't. It was Max's High on Coins group.
Yes. And
I'm not good with social media. I'd been in the space for a month.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do my investigation, my research, and I get in there and I see that. So I wrote to him 5 paragraphs, nothing major. for me, I could have written 50 pages on what was wrong with what they were doing. But I wrote 5 paragraphs explaining the problem, explaining why it wouldn't work, and explaining how this wouldn't even last that long. And I really wanted to dump all my chain coin now, but I'm being respectful to the movement that he'd started, and I'm holding on to it. And not only did he not take that into account, he got on YouTube and called me out as a scammer. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, some surfer guy, some scamming surfer guy. I can smell a scam a mile away. I was like, really?
It's really offensive.
Yeah, really offensive, right? So I was just like, okay, fair enough. But yeah, it was definitely my biggest mistake. I showed some maths behind some of that, and the maths is true. It holds out because me and Jao have been proving it by running the masternodes and actually reclaiming what were losses on that project for me. I've now turned it into actual reasonable gains. But that was a huge mistake for me. Just not being in the actual home of Chaincoin. I was in the home of a pump and dump group. And yeah, it was a massive mistake for me. That was probably the biggest. How about you? Crypto mistake. Crypto kitties? You can't say that though, because that got you into the economy.
Look, for me, crypto kitties is not a mistake. I love my crypto kitties, especially Confucius kitties. So I am more than okay with the money that I spent on crypto kitties. I think my mistake is sort of not realizing how volatile the market can be and attempting to set buy orders, what I think would be maybe unrealistic, and then finding that those buy orders get hit, and then I haven't calculated correctly, and then all of a sudden, you know, I've got 120 of something and it's dropped down to maybe 20.
Yes.
And I'm like, I need to be more thoughtful and considered about how I set my orders.
Yeah, a lot of people burn themselves in the trading game when they first start. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. You've got to have a certain sort of demeanor about you to be successful in that game, I think.
I mean, I don't get emotional about it because it's my money and I'm willing to.
No, you get emotional over digital animals.
Oh, super excited.
Okay, let's hear it. Talk about these bloody crypto fish that you've got.
Yes.
Do you know there's a crypto fish?
There is crypto fish.
Now, when did I come up with this idea?
Immediately after Crypto Kitties was released, and within 3 to 4 hours of you and I buying Crypto Kitties, you came up with...
Don't drag me into this.
You bought Crypto Kitties.
Don't drag me into this. I bought them for my nieces.
Crypto Kitties, you still own some.
That's because I didn't want them.
So, yeah, within hours, you came up with the idea of a fish aquarium and that you wanted something more interactive, that one of the concerns was not only the scalability and the fact that the Ethereum
breeding
network,
could determine the swimming patterns within the unique swimming patterns within the tank.
And that you could use it as a screensaver.
And everyone just went, no, I can't be bothered. I'm like, well, I don't have the ability to program this game. So if everyone just wants to give up on millions of dollars, that's fine.
And then fishbank.io has brought out
the exact thing that I was pretty much describing, with the addition that you can fight your fish against each other.
Yeah.
Fish is a lover, not a fighter.
Hunting.
So
so I don't see any of the crypto assets that I've invested in as being a mistake, because it's, as I've reflected to you, Crypto Kitties brought me into
Crypto Chronicles.
Oh,
he's got one hash puppy.
Yeah, so does.
So do I. I've already promised it today. I said you can have it. They'll probably sell for $100,000, but you can have it. Peter M said, this is an interesting comment. In crypto, you definitely have to be risk adverse. I'm lucky that I went through the financial crisis in the late 2000s. Good learning experience. Yeah, man. Really good learning experience for anyone who was involved in finance at that time. You know, another good example of that's the gold bull run of that same era, where gold ran up to $2,000 an ounce. Then crashed below 1,000. So, you know, that's why I laugh at like the major impact of a Bitcoin move of 10%, which is that article yesterday was on a Bitcoin move of 14% that we read on this show. We looked at this article and they're calling it free falling. They're calling it a market crash. Like the headlines were just so irresponsible. And I'm like, how does that not compare to the gold thing of, like, it's way less than that. And you're saying, oh, it's the, you know, so super volatile market. Yeah, so are most commodity markets. They are over a long enough timeline anyway.
Yes.
What's crypto can I say? Bought a house at 17. That's good. I sold a house I paid $78,000 for $280,000 right before the housing bubble popped. I was 17. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, see, I'm even thinking about, like, The problem for me is I know we're overheated in the Australian housing market. I know that it's overheated at the moment, but I want to live here. So that's the problem I have. And it's not really a problem anyway because I've got 6 bedrooms I can rent. Yeah.
There's some really cool comments that are coming through on people's reflections as to the biggest mistakes that they made.
I'd love to hear some more of the biggest mistakes. Let's rather than talking about our biggest gains, let's talk about the biggest mistakes we make, guys.
Well, Seb Fox, one of the biggest mistakes was not doing the ICX ICO.
Yeah.
And then
can you read the rest of that comment? I'd like to hear what the rest of that Seb said. Yeah.
When I researched and was planning to do it, it was as my first ICO. If you see a good opportunity, then commit yourself to going for it.
Yeah, it's something that I often echo on this show, Seb, is that you prepare yourself. And if you spend those hours doing the research, researching the team, researching the project, reading the white paper, looking at the roadmap, coming up with some real world comparisons so that you can do valuations.
Yes.
Or even crypto comparisons, like I did with Icon to get that $30 figure.
Yes.
Using Ethereum as the basis for the comparison and then using the Korean real world market figures. So that gives you, at least gives you something to start with. But if you can do something like that, you're gonna do better than someone who's just put, splashing money willy-nilly. But when you've done all that research and you've put in all that time and effort, the way to get paid for that is to then have the confidence to trust the research you've done, regardless of what the market's doing in response to whatever, FUD, emotion, psychological price points of the actual per coin price.
Yeah.
You've got to take that into account in short-term trading, but eventually the wiser money brings the market to an equilibrium. That's my opinion anyway. So, it's a good point that it was Seb, wasn't it? That Seb brings up that when you've done that research, get yourself paid for it by being ready,
Yeah, and holding that confidence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I got another buyback on Icon the other day. It dipped on the flash crash with the whole market. It dipped down to like $6.50 or $7. Now I had buy orders preset for that.
Yes.
Wilkie didn't. Jace didn't. We talked about it the other night when we were having a quiet drink. Quiet. So that's it's a good point. You've got to be prepared for that. And if you've done your research and that, you stand to a much better chance, and you should be confident to pull the trigger.
Well, of investing wisely. I mean, if you've done all the research and you've got all the information available to you, you're making an informed decision.
That's a good point. I just wanted to say, Cryptoeconomy said before, Neo, PIVX, ICX, and ADA, I should have went harder. I'm going to say yes to Neo, PIVX, and ICX. ADA, the jury's still out. We're still having that argument.
Yes, and the JR Car boys didn't really help my position.
The JR Car boys have given the ADA a tick of approval because it's an all-in-one coin.
It does
everything. It is going for everything.
Yeah, it's an amazing coin because it does everything.
I can't wait to see what everything is.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, guys, I am going to release a video in response to that, by the way. It should be a lot of fun. So I look forward to that one. I told you the idea.
Yes, you did.
I'm
just still crying about the reflection of what ADA is about.
Yeah, no, ADA is about everything. Yeah.
Cringing.
It's awesome.
Oh, it's painful.
What did Mark G's in the house? Canadian Leafs fan. My very first trade is the classic noob mistake, miscounting the zeros. Miscounted the zeros in the Satoshi price, right?
Yeah.
So I thought I was buying 1,200 tokens and I bought 120, but it was just, it was only a 16-cent coin, lesson learned. You see some of these quick spikes in that and these quick dips and things where people get, that's why I say always have your jackpot set, because it doesn't necessarily take,
just not too many of them.
It just doesn't take a big market. It doesn't take like a big bit of news for that. Sometimes it can be something as simple as someone misclicking. Setting it in the buy instead of the sell, setting it in the sell instead of the buy, putting in the wrong zero.
Yes.
So someone's going to benefit from that. It might as well be you. So have your jackpot buys and your jackpot sells always set. I do. You've seen my trading book.
Yeah.
Stacked, exclusive coin, got pumped again this morning.
Well, there was one trade that you did where somebody made a significant error and you profited remarkably.
Oh, it's huge.
I thought it was Pivot. I thought it was on PIVX.
PIVX, yeah, it was over on.
Yeah.
Someone dumped a whole lot of PIVX into Litecoin.
Almost like what, $4 more than it was. What quite a remarkable.
No, I've had sells at triple market price.
Yeah.
Against obscure coins like LTC, because people don't understand what they're doing. I've had sells at triple market price, move the LTC straight back into Bitcoin and buy it off the Bitcoin playbook, the sell book, because I've made that much money. It doesn't matter if it costs myself 0.5%.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's well worth doing. But that's a good point. That was a pretty cool one that Mark G's admitting to there. He's cashed a few people out with one of those miscounted zero things.
But it's a very relevant point to raise as well, though.
Oh no, Jia, you didn't. Jia lost too much money in crypto, kitties. I think
I think there's a lot of us who are commiserating with you.
Yeah, I have got a strategy, guys. You want to hear my strategy for anyone holding crypto kitties who doesn't want to donate them to my new foundation that I'm opening? Okay, I'm just going to say it here. I'm opening the Royal Society of Prevention to Cruelty to Digital Animals and a digital animal shelter. If you're sick of your crypto kitties, your dogs, it's a totally for-profit organisation, totally for profit. So I will be selling everything off and just pocketing it. But yeah, the Royal Society of Prevention to Cruelty to Digital Animals. What do you think?
I think it's a really solid project.
Well, Wilkie came over and yelled at some crypto kitties. I thought it was really mean.
Oh, this is cruel.
Yeah. Pat them.
Yes.
Yeah, so Jiao said that was his biggest mistake. What's Simon got there?
What effect do you guys think a severe correction of the stock markets will mean for the crypto market? Thinking of it because bond and stock markets are at an all-time high with increasing interest rates.
I love that question. I love the question because it's outside the normal what people look into in the crypto economy. But I've always stressed, and what I encourage people to use is use the economic calendar.
Yes, you have.
So you can get your announcements of GDP figures and manufacturing figures and all sorts of things coming out of different regions and countries. Because I think if we're going to say we're real world, why would we not be affected one way or another by real world events? So I think that's an excellent question. Now I'm just trying to buy some time while I explain that, while I try and figure it all out in my head. I think it could go either way, but I think primarily, I spoke about this actually 6 months ago with 8 months ago when I was still doing trading with my mentor in doing fiat and all that.
Yes.
And we talked about a potential move for crypto to be seen as a safe haven, and also on that whether it would develop a correlating or inverse relationship with gold, because gold has traditionally been one of the places people then move their money in times of economic or turmoil or political instability. So what we thought is that gold could actually take a hit from more people moving into crypto, and even though they both would then be seen as commodities and a store of wealth in times of economic crisis and political turmoil, they could actually develop an inverse relationship as people go favour towards this store of wealth over this store of wealth. I suppose in times of that everyone's not just going for the dump into the store of the wealth where it's sort of leveled out, they could actually develop this sort of relationship where I know gold's more valuable, crypto's more valuable. It'll be interesting to watch it develop over the next few years. It's a really good question. I'm going to have to give it some more thought. But that's a brilliant question from Simon.
Yeah, I would not be able to have an informed discussion about it. If you're looking at sort of more inverse relationships, as one market goes up, the other one sort of maybe takes a small dip, and the other one picks up, the other one might sort of compensate in some way. Yeah.
Well, that's the thought. But then there's the other thought that they're both going to be seen as stores of wealth. So it will simply be like if there's something that's going to heavily affect typical stores of wealth, say gold or precious metals, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, and cryptocurrency becomes one of those safe haven places, then in times of the big economic crises or turmoil, they'll go up as one. It's too early to tell. We can't really. We need another probably 5 or 10 years to sort of pick up those patterns, I think.
Well, it also would be really interesting to have a look as to what happened in 2017 if you did a comparison across.
Yeah, for sure. 26 people need to smash that like button. Yeah, for sure. Oh, only because Day's here, and I know she gets upset if she doesn't get enough likes.
Oh, that is
Yeah, she
definitely
cries.
I do not.
She does.
I'm not into
If anyone
being-
dislikes, she won't come back on the show.
I'm
She
pretty
already
sure-
told me that.
I'm pretty sure we've had a show where I've been on and there's been a dislike. I
And
don't know.
just- I have had videos where I've had more dislikes than likes.
And I'm still here. So let's...
Ross Roos said smashed. Don't know if you're talking about your state of mind at the moment, or you said smash the like button. Either way, thank you. Well, I don't know that I need to thank you for being smashed. Hey, I'm going to have a quick run over the markets today because we haven't even done that.
That's very important.
Okay. Do you want to keep an eye on the chat? Tell me if anyone says anything that's needing to be responded to.
I really like this, the statement by Cryptochronicus. Number one thing is to ask yourself, does this crypto do something to solve a problem?
I love it.
I have.
Yeah. I think that's part of the question. The part of the question is how applied is it? Because that's my favorite exchanges. And that's the other one I wanted to talk about. And the tip I had for the crypto kitties, Wax.
That's nice.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good play. If you've gotten stuck with a bag of crypto kitties, go and sell them on the Wax platform. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
Acquire some Wax tokens because I think there's a much better chance of Wax tokens going up.
Yeah.
Actually restoring your US dollar value to that money you wasted in the first place.
So the website's Opskins.
Opskins is the website.
So Wax is a token, and then the website is Opskins.
You've looked into this a lot more than
I'm hugely
I'm a fan because I know how big the industry is.
Yeah, so you can buy video game assets, World of Warcraft weapons, I think, but I know that there's weapons on there for your video games. And one of the marketing points that did possibly draw my attention was the fact that they sold rare
digital bloody animals. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyway, so I really think that's a good play, guys. You can't profit selling crypto kitties. You pay more on fees, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that even on Wax?
Possibly. I need to do some more research.
Right.
That's what I wanted to
look into it, guys. I'll always do conduct your own research. I haven't done an actual.
I will.
But you can price crypto kitties wherever you want, can't you? You price your asset with. Anyway,
what I will do, because this is of interest to me, is I'll go away and do this as a little mini project, and I will report back and let you know how I go.
There you go.
Very
very kind.
Yeah.
All right. So Day will look into that. She'll do the research on that. Jiao's saying to hold your crypto kitties.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm more than okay with that.
Crypto kitties.
Well, I've got at least two that I really love, so they're not going on the market ever. They're going to be the ones that I hold on to.
Day would literally go through, read the description of the kitty, and see if it matched with her personality, whether it was something that she liked.
Yeah. And
she'd sit there going, "Oh, this one likes ice cream."
Or this one has a partial interest in Confucius and Eastern philosophy, so I have to hold on to this one.
They're not real.
I talk to them. They have conversations with me.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have a look at the market because this conversation is going. Oh, that's the other thing, Dave, if we can quickly address the revelation that the Tron white paper's been plagiarized.
Yes, I have to say that has caused me much academic distress.
Yeah, decent academics. So for any part of the white paper to be plagiarized and not correctly credited to the original author.
Cited, sourced, acknowledged and recognised from the original writers.
That's a big no-no.
It's, hugely compromising. So that means for me, I'm reevaluating where I sit. Sorry, I'm reevaluating whether I can continue to sort of project where there's significant plagiarism of the white paper and minimal originality and a lack of recognition of where the information was sourced from.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's any problem in saying this part is brilliant and we're going to incorporate that with our idea because this is the best form of that particular idea. I don't think there's any problem with that, but give respect.
Has to be cited and sourced.
Yeah, and even me as an academic, it's just like, I don't even care if they just like went mad shout out to what's their names for.
Yeah, what's their names?
Mad shout out to these MFOs for creating this original part of this part of the white paper we've incorporated.
Yeah.
It's sick, y'all. Even if they did like a JR cast style.
Oh, don't get me started.
Quotation. I'd be fine with that because at least they're trying to, like as I said to you earlier, it's to me it's misleading. If you don't have anything in there to say it's from someone else, you are kind of passing it off as your own.
Oh, you most definitely are.
Yeah.
I've got crisscross in mind. But, you know, I just go...
So, yeah, hang on, there's a good day for it. I don't have a clue what a I don't have a clue what a crypto kitty is. Somehow I subconsciously cannot bring myself to research them. Sounds like Tamagotchis and Pokemon.
Oh,
essentially it is,
Oh.
except much less
Functional.
interactive and functional.
Yeah, so much less functional.
It's a picture of a digital cat, dude.
Which is why fishbank.io.
I think that actually has promise because
Yeah.
I can see people like getting into the game aspect of it,
Yes, you can.
of fighting fish against each other.
Physically.
The fish is a lover, not a fighter. Told you this. Maybe they would want to sponsor me because my name's Fish. I'm into crypto. Maybe they'll give me a shark. The crypto fish.
Oh my
people.
goodness! It's 25% off at the moment. It's selling for 1.5 ETH.
I'm serious, crypto fish people. I didn't even want to talk about this on the show, but if I don't get a shark for this, plug from Crypto D here. There's issues. What's that? I sold my Tron when I saw the Justin Sun interview. Wasn't surprised by the plagiarism news after that. Yeah, D's pretty much planning the same thing, aren't you?
Oh, I'm really
setting cells.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yeah, I'm out.
So just being honest, please don't take offense to any Tron supporters. It's a super ambitious project, and if achieved, will make a significant impact. But that was unforgivable for some of the academics in our crew, which is understandable.
Kirby Wright, I am super excited to hear that you've been working on your DAS choke this week. I have to say, chokes on me are usually one of the most unsuccessful. So very few people can successfully do a DAS or a head arm choke on me. I'm actually able to really well defend it. So if you are technically on point with your DAS choke, that is really exciting to hear.
Awesome. So that's BJ talk?
That is BJJ talk.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
D, would you feel better if a white paper cited other white papers, Pablo?
Yes, I would.
You're okay with them citing other white papers
and sourcing the authors. So as long as it referenced and said that, you know, the formula came from this particular paper by these authors, and that we would be doing something similar in terms of functionality, as long as there's some sort of recognition of where that information came from, and that it's not, that it's not an original idea that has been generated by the authors of white paper.
Crypto Chronicles has just said BPE, Bravo, Papa, Echo, index.com. Damn it. Jumped around on me. Oh, that was doing so well. Is a market cap index taking supply into account. You know I'm going to like that, dude. It shows PIVX at $42 and LTC at $800 comparative value to Bitcoin's price supply. That is not, I'm just reading comments and not giving price predictions or anything, but that's nice to hear. Obviously, I've got a large holding of PIVX, so that works well for me.
Very true.
Who is this? I don't even know if I can read that comment out. Although I pretty much called for it the way
You most definitely set that.
Very, very clever backyard Charizard.
Yes. Nicely played.
I still can't read it out. That's why you got to subscribe, hit the notification button, and be here for the live show. So otherwise, you don't know the sort of tomfoolery that goes on during the chat.
My eyebrow is significantly raised for a reason.
What are your thoughts? I haven't had a look into PO yet. It's one that I'm getting some trade commissions on over at Binance. I
did actually start to look into PO, and it has held my interest. And I, at the moment, have become so absorbed with a couple of other projects, I'm unable to sort of talk knowledgeably about it. But it's one that I want to come back to.
It's an interesting question because have you read the white paper?
Yeah, for ALF or PO?
ALF.
I started to. I haven't read all of it.
Well, it's an interesting question that Kirby said. He said, should ALF, by that standard, say that they got their white paper from BTC, Ether, and IOTA, etc.? It's an interesting debate. But what I understand of the Tron white paper is that you could have literally, like, fonts weren't even changed. You could have held one piece of paper up over the other piece of paper and their exact copy of each other. Now, to be inspired and not quote, to present similar themes. I think that's inevitable when we're in similar spaces.
I think it comes back to sort of like, when I think about theses, I sort of go, you're going to have a format and a template as to how to construct a white paper. And so I sort of think if you're looking at the template and the structure, well, that's not really plagiarism. Where I take quite significant concern is when somebody's actually plagiarizing and copying directly the content contained within and not accurately sourcing it. So if ELF has gone and taken the actual direct content word for word and more than 6 words and more than, say, the permitted 10%, then I would be saying I'd be a little bit concerned. If the template of the paper was similar to, 4 other cryptocurrencies, then then I go, well, yeah, no, that's great because it provides a similar structure and formatting that makes sense in its communication.
Is there a possibility that a digital version of ALF could eat a digital version of CryptoKitties?
There is a possibility that a digital elf could
eat it. He'd like to eat cats, didn't he?
He did. Alien life form from back in the, 1990s?
See how we tied that all in together? Yeah. Okay. I like what CryptoChronicus has said here about that site he mentioned before. CryptoChronicus, can you send me a link for that? I'll post it up in our resources channel. Because I like the idea of this. He said it's basically the price you pay for each level of security is the way that you look at those comparisons. You can see how much you're paying for which features. So it actually has a metrics for defining price points in the crypto economy. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So what it's doing is taking into, using PIVX as an example, since it did have a price prediction of $42 on there, or that's not price prediction, current value of $42 based on zero coin protocol, based on, the speed and the cost with which you can send PIVX. And I'd say it takes all those metrics into account and calculates a price based on actual value to the customer. I think that's brilliant. I can't wait to have a look at that website.
Oh, it's very strategic.
Especially one that gave a value of PIVX to $42. I think I'll be recommending that website to everyone. What do you use as a hedge against crypto market crashes? I'm sitting in it. No, I'm sitting in my hedge against the crypto market crash. I got my house. Yeah, I've got other investments, guys. It is really important to diversify outside of crypto as well. I got I don't know, 5 tons of actual real world collectible coins. Still going through them. Hey Ian, how are you? Seb said, read Tron. If it's a good idea, then use it. But if you're just copying others with no differentiation, then what is the key selling point of your business? That's a good point. What's your point of difference? You should have a point of difference.
Yeah, if there is no originality in the paper, what is Tron actually offering?
Oh, yeah. No, Kirby, I don't necessarily do that, man. Shorting BTC futures is not my game. I think it's more profitable than arbitrage. There was a point where I think last time I checked the futures, there was a point when futures first opened where the 6-month contract was trading at $30,000 BTC. That's pretty easy to short and then go up and buy up the BTC, right?
Can you say that again, please?
Never mind. We'll get onto that on another channel. Her dress is sick. Kev likes your dress.
Thank you.
Kev. Well done. Picked up on a nice dress. What about my hat? Just saying. I'll send you the new Canadian quarter with the Stanley Cup on it. Will help your hedging.
Cool. Nice, Mark G.
Yeah,
awesome.
Dee spent some time in Canada, actually. How long did you live there for?
I was over there for about 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the first day was about 2 months, and then I went back for 4 months. But we're talking when I was about 11 to 12 years of age. Yeah,
cool. CryptoChronicus, thank you for posting that resource. That link in the Discord resources. I'm going to check it out. It's getting really hot in here.
It is really hot.
Starting to sweat. Guys, I know we didn't have a look at the market today, so I'm actually just going to do a quick update and give you just a quick recap on what's happened. But the market cap is at an interesting figure of dragging it out because my internet won't load.
I wonder what's going on.
The multiple hundreds of billions. I got no idea. Looks like the last hour is pretty green though, guys, which is usually the effect of myself and Dee coming on. We do have that impact on most of the big players. Steam, 14.4% in the last hour. Yes. Yeah, it's green. It's looking green. I said to Dee yesterday or whatever, I said it's going to be a bullish day, I think. Markets are recovered from this FUD and everyone will FOMO again.
Yeah.
We go from panic to FOMO so quickly in this economy. It's ridiculous.
Oh, rapidly.
So let me just do a quick update on the important coins for you. Just sitting here, PIVX is at $13.12. All right, that's all we have time for today. I'm sure there's plenty of other good coins out there. Guys, it does look like a green market. If you're looking to invest today, please be responsible. Only invest what you can afford to lose. And have a great day. We're going to check out. Catch you next time.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.